We're back on the record this morning with the Senate President Karen Spilka.
Also at the end of the session, it was a flurry of activity. The Senate passed a bill to begin setting up a fund to help homeowners who are dealing with crumbling concrete, but it died in the House again. The Senate has passed this a number of times now. The problem keeps spreading. There was a big condo complex this year in Dracut that seems to have this problem, and homeowners can't get financial help. You can't go to your insurance company. Instead, they're forced to rely upon their own savings. It's hundreds of thousands of dollars. Connecticut has had a plan in place for years. It's $1 a month on every homeowner's insurance policy in the state, and it helps fund these repairs. What's your message to these homeowners who are worried now they'll have to wait 2 more years to the end of the next session to get action on this?
Well, the Senate will keep trying to resolve and create something to provide some assistance. Affordability and consumer protection are big issues for the Senate. They have been, they will continue to be. We will continue to push for some resolution to this because there are instances that at no fault of the homeowners, there's no fault on the homeowner, but their house is crumbling and they can't sell it because of that.
And why does it keep dying in the House, do you think? It's passed the Senate at least twice.
Right. You're going to have to ask the House.
I'd like to, and before we say thank you and Happy New Year, I'd like to talk about what is in front of us here for the next couple of weeks. And there is a change in the administration in Washington, and a new president will be taking over, a guy who was obviously in office before. Billions in taxpayer funds have been spent on the state's emergency shelter system, something that the governor herself has called unsustainable. Rules have been tightened, but the state's right to shelter law remains. So let's start with this. What do you see happening when there's a return to President Trump in the White House?
It's hard to know. I mean, I could guess, I could make up hypotheticals, but you just never know with him. Just like first time around, I'm going to build the wall, I'm going to have Mexico pay for the wall, and that never materialized. I hope that he and Congress do get better controls over immigration. This is a federal issue, and in fact, had Congress passed the bill that was close to being passed just before the election that Trump stopped, we would be in a much better situation right now. We would have less immigrants coming to Massachusetts. We would have more money. That included some funding. We would have resources and money to help pay for the costs of this. So we need them to take action. This should not be on the states. It's not just the blue states and Massachusetts that are struggling with this.
But is Washington tone deaf? Because state leaders have been saying that for how long? Years and years and years, and it's a federal problem.
You're right. It's a very complicated issue. And again, it came close. There was a bipartisan agreement on a bill, and Trump stopped it.
Do you worry about the flow of federal dollars to other projects, since we are a very blue state in this nation, like the Cape Bridges? I mean, there's money now in place, we think, for the Sagamore, unless it does get held up in Washington.
Yes.
But that does not rebuild the Bourne, which is another couple of $1 billion.
Right. Yes, I do worry. I know the Healey administration has been proactive in going down there, talking to people. I know I've participated in some to try to get as much of the funds before the transition as possible, and then we're going to have to work with the new administration to some extent. Things that we're not happy about, things that go against our values. I believe that the Senate, the House, and the administration will band together and make sure that we protect our residents.
And quickly, I know you've talked about this before. Would you be open to tolls on those bridges if that's the only way to pay for them? You pay tolls on the Mass Pike driving from Ashland.
I've been open to tolls ever since the tolls were put on the Mass Turnpike, because I still say if it's good for the Pike, it should be good for other roads. We need to come up with ways to pay for improving our infrastructure, both roads, bridges, public transportation.
Madam President, thank you for your time. It's great to see you.
Thank you so
Any
much.
New Year's resolutions?
No.
No? That close. That close.
Yeah,
Happy 2025.
as I said, the only thing, maybe try to take off a little bit of time, but again, I love what I do,
There
and
you
it's
go.
hard. There's
There
always
you go.
more to do, just like
There always
as
is.
you know.
Our
Yes.
thanks again to the
But
Senate
thank you.
President for being here. Sunday Roundtable is next. So, turns out it is the economy. Is Trump 2.0 ready to cash in, or will voters want to see results pronto? We'll talk about that and more when we continue.